Are you looking for a breakfast that is easy, delicious, and totally customizable? Well, you've come to the right place. Today we are making stuffed crescent rolls. We are simply just using bacon, cheese, maybe some peppers and onions, salt and pepper, and of course eggs. So why don't you come along? So the first thing we're going to do is cook up our bacon. We're just going to slap it in and get it nice and crispy. Not 100% all the way done, but these will be for the 2 meals, whether or not we use it all. Now that the bacon is on the stove cooking, we're going to start whipping up these eggs. Now with the bacon, you don't want it too crispy because it's still going to go into the oven and continue to cook. So you still want a little bit of chewiness to it. And they will get a little bit crispier. Now with this recipe, like I said at the beginning, it is totally customizable. If you're vegetarian and you don't eat bacon, obviously you can completely leave it out. You can add vegetables to both of these if you'd like. You can use the vegan cheese. You can add the vegan meat if that's what you choose to eat. With these, it's totally customizable and to whatever you like. You can even add different seasonings to it. I'm just using salt and pepper. Oops, dropped an egg or a shell in my eggs. So let's continue on. All right, so got my eggs in here and we're just gonna give them a little bit of a whip. Oh, I forgot to add a little bit of milk to this. So I'll grab that. You just want a little splash. Don't need a whole lot, unless you like it fluffy. So we'll continue with this. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper. Just a little bit. I know sometimes, like, you can even decide if you'd want to add or dip these in a sauce. Like if you have a garlic sauce, you could do that. I guess sriracha or sriracha mayo, something like that, to dip these into. That would be very delicious. All right. So now that this is done, we can move on to cutting our peppers. Just going to set that back there and set this off to the side. So we have a bell pepper and an onion that will go into one of the recipes. Like I said, we're doing these 2 ways. So we have jumbo shells, and then we have the regular size, or jumbo crescent rolls, not shells. All right. All right, now that we've got our onions all prepared, we are going to move on to our bell pepper. You can leave any of these out if you would like. That is totally up to you. Oop. Scoop some of these seeds out. Now don't throw this away, because obviously that's still food. you can save that for later. So just chop this up, and then we'll chop it into smaller bits so they're more bite size. You can do as much or as little as you would like. And you can make them smaller too if you'd like. Don't want the membrane. All right, so now that our bacon is all cooked, we're gonna turn around and start cooking our eggs. But we're gonna let that pan heat up, and then we're gonna give it a spray so our eggs don't stick. Now what we're doing right now will not need all the eggs that we cracked because they'll be also used for our other recipe. We'll let that cook. Right, so now that for our first one everything is cooked, the eggs are slightly underdone, don't mind the mess. It's going to be cut up anyways. Our bacon is done. Our vegetables are chopped up. We're going to start to assemble our crescent rolls. All right, so let's move on to stuffing our crescent rolls. So we also have some sliced cheese that we are going to use. You can use any cheese you would like if you'd like the block cheese, or if you are like some who use the vegan cheese, you can do that as well. We are going to use the jumbo crescent rolls for these. And these always scare me, especially as a child, trying to open these. So. And then I'm just going to press. I'm not going to hit it with anything. Oh. Just going to unroll it. Oh. All right. So we are just going to roll these out. Oh, it's coming apart. And what we're going to do with these, look how big that is. All right. So we're just going to unroll all of them, and then I'll show. All right. So these, here we go. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our egg. Oops. Let's move that out of the way. And since we have 4, I'm going to cut these into 4 slices. So I'm going to put some of these aside because I'm not going to need them. Or at least not at this moment. And yes, they are a little underdone because, again, like I said, they will cook in the oven. So what I'm going to do, because I like cheese on mine, is I'm going to take a slice of cheese. Sorry. I'm going to fold it in half because I'm going to have cheese on top and on the bottom. So you just put a little bit of cheese there. You take your egg, put it in the center, and take 2 pieces of bacon. And these will puff up, so. And then I'm just going to roll it up, and it doesn't matter if they hang out the side, and this is what it will look like, and you can brush it with an egg wash after, before you put it in. But I'm just going to move on to doing the rest of them and get... All right, so as you can see, I have finished. I'm brushed them with a little bit of an egg wash. Now I'm going to put them in the oven. You can also top these with other seasonings. You can also put like sesame seeds on them, everything but the bagel seasoning, all of that. You can add whatever your heart desires. So let's put these in until they get nice and crispy or golden brown, which is probably about 16 or so minutes. And then now I'm going to move on to the next, but I realized I did not shred cheese, so I'm going to do that. All right, so we're going to move on to our next breakfast with we're going to use the smaller crescent rolls in these. I realized I didn't have enough bacon, so I got a couple pieces cooking. And I also realized I didn't shred cheese, so I did that off camera. And we're going to use this muffin tin. So again, the explosion of the crescent rolls. Okay, that one wasn't as bad as the large one. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, oh, I got some cheese on here still. Oh, well. So we're going to take this. Oh, we are going to spray down our crescent or our muffin tin. Just make sure it's not completely saturated. Okay. So if you hear the bacon or the stove, it's because I'm cooking the bacon. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to wrap it around and kind of pinch together the sides so it makes just like a little cup. Make sure that there's no holes so then your eggs won't leak out. You can always add 2 if you would like. I'm just going to add 1 to each. Oops. These have been sitting out on my counter while I'm filming, so they're a little more stretchy. So add this. Make a cup. Oh. I might have to add this little roll, which is totally fine. And these will be great for like meal prep as well. So you can have them in the fridge, and then, you know, the morning of, you can just heat it in the microwave or heat it up however you want, and there you go. So, okay. And then you, again, like I said, you can fill these with whatever toppings you want. If you like spinach, if you want other vegetables or mushrooms, all of that stuff, you can totally add those. I'm just flipping my bacon. Okay. Oops, that one's a little small, so we'll add a little bit extra so nothing leaks. Because I should have left these in the fridge, but that's okay. It will still do the job. But yeah, you'll be able to move them a lot more if they're cold and you're putting them in. But I had them sitting out with me. So. And even if they do leak a little bit of egg, that is totally fine as well. And just get some crispiness on the bottom. is I'm going to take a little bit of cheese and put it on the bottom. Oh. Flatten them out a little bit more so we have some space. You can add as little or as much as you want. I'm going to add some cheese to the top too, but this would probably be easier if I thought about it in the moment, is grab a cup and have it molded like that. But again, totally fine. It'll still taste delicious, I think. All right. And then what we're going to do is, let's throw us a little bit more in. We're going to add a little bit of onions. I love onions. Oops, those are kind of big, but that's okay. And I'll save all my leftover vegetables and everything for another recipe. Like I said before, I don't like to waste. Just going to check on the bacon. Get as much cooked as possible. And again, these will go into the oven again, so it doesn't have to be 100%, just enough. Oh, those roll-ups smell amazing, and they look good too. They're getting nice and golden. So we're going to add some peppers. And I mean, you could do these with the jumbo shells as well. Unfortunately, my grocery store that I went to ran out. They only had the one, so I decided to use that and save the roll-ups for, or save the big ones for the roll-ups. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take some bacon. So these probably will overflow just a little bit because of how full they are, but I'm okay with that. Oh, that's hot. That's okay. And then fill up with some. Ooh. Should have let that cool just a little bit, but it is what it is. The rest of these are pretty cool because they were cooked earlier when we first started. Okay. All right. And now we are going to add our egg mixture. Oh. All right. So we still have left of our egg mixture, so yeah, it's gonna overflow just a little bit, but that is okay. It'll cook and still be good as long as we have enough for. Yeah, see, there is nothing clean in my house when I cook. I always end up making a mess, but again, no worries, but it'll have a nice base at the bottom. This one will definitely overflow. And then the last one. All right, and then we are gonna throw on a little bit more cheese, and then these will also go into the oven, and they're gonna get like bubble up and get fuller. And then we will, once everything's done, we will try them, and I can't wait. Should always cook when you've eaten. And we're back. Our crescent roll breakfasts are done. They look great. So we have the crescent roll-ups, cheese, egg, bacon, And these have the onion, peppers, bacon, cheese, egg. I do recommend, I think, using either doubling up on the small ones or using the jumbo crescent rolls for these. But let's try these. They look amazing. So let's try this one first. Let's cut them open. See, these are very hot. They just came out. Hot. I don't know if you could see the steam. And then let's cut open. We'll cut that open after. So let's try the egg crescent roll, the little bite. That is really good. Like I said, like I would recommend using the jumbo because it will give more of a base. Or if you're going to use the smaller ones, use two, like 2 cans. Oh. Hot. But so good, so good. All right, so I want to try these. The crescent roll roll-ups. Let's cut it in half and take a look inside. It's kind of like a breakfast sandwich. I think I lost the cheese out of this one. Oh, no, there's some cheese. Probably melted out. I like these ones better. Like, the egg bites are great, but the jumbo crescent roll around this is amazing. It's like your breakfast sandwich, but as a crescent roll and as a roll up, and it's buttery, flaky. These ones I definitely will, pardon me, I will make again. So good. Thank you for tuning in. I'm really happy that you're here and that you watched my second YouTube video. And I hope that you try these recipes. I think it's a great twist and something different than, you know, your standard cereal, oatmeal or whatever you have. They were absolutely delicious. We'll make them again. And I hope you continue to watch and get inspired to cook different things. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. If you have any suggestions that you would like me to try, leave them in the comments below. Also, like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.